Have you ever seen, while driving on road, an accident, lowered down your car, peeked out of the window to see the side, but moved away in just a fraction of a second? Have you ever seen a girl being eve-teased, but you chose to ignore it? Have you ever sulked about the literacy rate of the country, but have not even given 1 day of your life to teach the poor children? Have you ever talked about the inability of the government, but chose not to even cast your vote when given an opportunity? I know, majority of you will nod your head in affirmative. But let me make it interesting now. Let me ask you this question a little differently. Are you antisocial? Are you anti-national? Are you inhuman? Now, majority of you will nod your head in negative. My dear friend, the reason why there was a difference between the action and this word that you spoke right now was only because during all those 4 situations that I just described, there was parallel action was going in your mind. You know what was that action? That somebody will fix it. Good morning, Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmaster, and my dear guest. When I was small, I asked my mom to give me a small toy car. As any parents, after initial bargaining, I got that car. In few hours, the car was broken into pieces and it was lying down everywhere, possibly everywhere in my house. The steering was put in the dining room, the body of the car was kept in the drawing room, the headlight was actually lighting the washroom, etc. The only possible reaction at that point in time I had was to cry. Cry hard so that my mom comes and says to me that, son, don't worry, I will fix it. After some time, when I graduated, in persuasion of my career, I moved to a city called Bangalore. There I met a friend of mine who happens to be my college friend. Very soon we became very good friends. We started hanging out together, we started going out together. One day he called me up. He was very panicked. He asked me, can you please come over? I immediately rushed to his house. He briefly explained me what has happened with him. He said, you know what, I was trying to sell my car to someone unknown. Later I discovered that unknown person, the unknown fellow, was someone a little infamous in that area, and he had the intention to utilize the second-hand car for some illegal practices and all. And when I discovered, I tried to rule out that deal. I went to him and asked that, you know what, I'm going to give you the advance money back to you. He refused. The unknown fellow refused. He said no. He rather threatened my friend. He said, if you do not give it back, you will have to bear the consequences. My friend was really panicked. He wanted to have some advice from me. He just wanted to understand what he should do at that point in time. I said, dude, chill. Nothing will happen. Don't worry. It's all fine. Little over after a month, that incident took place. I got a call from my friend's wife. She was panicked. She called me in the night. In fact, she was not in the town. She was at her in-laws' place. She called me up, said that, you know what, can you please check on my friend's name? Because they were not able to reach out to him. I immediately rushed to his house. I tried to knock the door. The door was locked from inside. After several hours, we tried to break open the door. When the door was broke open, all we could see is the pool of blood. Yes, you are right. My friend was brutally murdered. I was shocked. I was astonished. Later, police investigation said that this was done by the same set of people he had the issues with. Like I said, I had lost my mind. I was astonished. I did not know what to do. But you know what? I did not cry. I did not cry the way I did when I was a child and wanted my broken car to be fixed. My friend had also come to me with the sole intention to seek the advice if I could help him out. But all I could do is to ignore him and said, somebody will fix it. My dear friend, this somebody is nobody. I realized it, but it was a little too late. By then, it had cost me the life of one of my close friends. Many a times in our life, my dear friend, we choose to dodge the situation, the issues around us in our life. Little do we know, little do we realize that right now it may not directly impact us, but we live in the same society where such things occurs. When it comes, it can come back harder, even harder to you. Let me tell you something. I'm not asking you to join an NGO. I'm not asking you to become a social worker. I'm not asking you to act like a Mother Teresa. Neither am I asking you to dial 100 whenever you see a garbage box being thrown out on the road. All I'm asking you all to take a conscious effort and kill that somebody. And kill that somebody. Kill that somebody so hard that even you cannot say that somebody will fix it. Over to you.